Setting up a old office PC as a gaming machine or a retro gaming powerhouse is no joke. I don't know if you could hear me, but you can hear me now. It's basically one of the best ways to recycle old hardware, computers like this, as well as old laptops. So sit back, relax, and let your uncle talk you through how to do this. First of all, you're gonna need an operating system called Batocera. And unlike Windows, Batocera you don't usually install onto the hard drive unless you really like it. Batocera runs directly from a USB drive or even an SD card first. The first thing you're going to want to do is go to Batocera's website. The link will be in the description, and it's also simple. It's batocera.org/download. And then from there you'll see multiple devices. Choose your device, whether you're using a Raspberry Pi, a laptop, or even a computer. And then you're going to want to get a flasher. And no, Rufus won't really work for this one. You're either going to download the Raspberry Pi flasher or Balena Etcher, and both of them are free and simple to use. If you don't have one, you're going to want to find a USB or even an SD card, as I said before. Plug your SD card into the device that actually has the ISO downloaded onto it. Then you're gonna open your flashing tool, and from here it's simple. It's like using Rufus again, but this time, unlike Rufus, you have a better GUI that's guiding you. Once your USB is plugged in, you're gonna want to find the Batocera ISO that we just downloaded. Select your USB drive, and after that just hit flash. And now we're moving on to phase 2. Get your old office PC ready and plug the USB into it. Turn the PC on, and immediately you're going to want to tap the boot menu key repeatedly. Now this can be F12, F11, F10, F9, and this does vary on your specific device, whether it's a Dell, HP, or Lenovo. And once your device is in the boot menu, you're gonna go ahead and select your USB. You'll see the USB's name there. And here's a tip: if you don't see your USB there, then what you want to do is turn your computer, your system off completely. Oh no, oh my word. Relax. Turn your machine back on, and instead of clicking the boot key, what you're going to want to click on is F10. Well, that is the BIOS menu for most machines. Click F10. Once you are in F10, go all the way to boot. Look for boot options or look for security options and find this one option called secure boot. It should be on. You're going to want to turn it off. If it is off, turn it on, and then press F10 again. Save your settings, exit from the boot menu, BIOS menu, and then turn it off, turn it back on, and go back to the boot menu. Slow the video down if I was talking too fast. Boom! Once you load it into Batocera, you should see all the emulators that comes with it, well, already. Now we're going to move on to phase number 3. Batocera actually creates different folders for different emulators and different games like PlayStation 1, NES, MAME, automatically by itself. So instead of going through the Batocera menu trying to load in games, I'm going to give you a simple solution, and that is another trick, the F1 trick. When you're in Batocera, what you want to do is click on F1. It will bring up a file system. And once you're in that file system, take another USB. Yes, you're going to need 2 USBs. And on this USB is going to be your games. And then when you have your USB, you're going to do something very weird with it. This is, I know it's going to sound crazy. You're going to take it and you're going to plug it in. And then in your file system on your Batocera, you'll see the 2 USBs. You're just going to copy. You're just going to right click on your ISO for your specific game, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PSP. Let's take PSP for example. You have Tekken 6, the ISO. You're not going to take the zip. You're not going to take the RAW file. You're going to take the ISO itself. You're going to right click, copy. You're going to go to where Batocera is installed. Well, not installed, but running, which is on the first USB. And in PSP, the folder called PSP, bro's just going to paste it there and you're done. But hold on, okay, me speaking like this, you probably won't understand, so let me explain it to you in a better way. You're gonna press F1 on your keyboard. This opens up the hidden file manager. On the left, find your external USB drive and open it. On the right, navigate to share and then ROMs. Then you're gonna copy and paste, drag your game files from your USB drive into the matching folder. And this is on the PC. And like I said, put NES games into the NES folder. Put SNES games in the SNES folder. And yes, wait, there's another tip. Another one of Kiro's magical tips. Once you're done moving your ISOs and your games and whatever, close the window and on your controller or the keyboard, click on Start. Your Batocera menu will come up. Then you're gonna go to Game Settings and Update Game List. And that's it. Your new games should appear. And every time you download some new games, just go ahead and update your menu and your new games should appear. It won't automatically appear for you. And now I have, well, again, another tip for newer systems like the PlayStation 1, the PlayStation 2 and other consoles. You might need something called BIOS files. Now if you emulated the Nintendo Switch on your PC, on your gaming PC or laptop, like I showed you in my previous videos, then you know what BIOS files are. So all you're gonna do, well legally, what I can tell you to do is that, okay, go into your browser. Google is your friend to find whatever you want to find. Let's say I have a friend, his name is Philip. Philip is looking for PS2 BIOS files. So Philip asks Google PS2 BIOS files, and whoa, Philip gets it. So then Philip Blake now has his USB, and Philip Blake takes his USB, puts it in the computer where he just downloaded that BIOS files, copies it over to the USB, and just like we did with the games, you're gonna go to the Batocera secret menu, the F1 file manager menu, copy all the BIOSes. It's not specific or anything like that, just copy all the BIOSes you got, go to share, go to the BIOS folder and drop it right there, and your systems should work. It's simple, it's easy, and it's nice. Let's talk about an internal install. If you love Batocera at this point, I mean, you go to bed and you're dreaming about Batocera, then what you want to do is actually install it on the system's drive and not run it on a USB. That way you just need one USB and you don't need a live USB, if you get what I'm saying. So let's say you want to wipe Windows and install Batocera on your old device, your old laptop or computer. First you're going to go to System Settings. On that same Batocera menu, there's an option that's literally called Install on Disk. And that's it. You have Batocera installed on the computer, and that would be the computer's main operating system. Now if you ask me, a PC boy, what is my favorite part about Batocera? Well, the reason I say PC boy is because I can use any controller on PC, and Batocera is exactly the same. You can set up your controller's Bluetooth, and then if you have device link enabled, you can literally press the PlayStation button on your controller and it turns on the computer. Note, it does have to be connected via LAN. But then again, any controller works on Batocera. You can go fetch your old PlayStation 2 controller now. I dare you. Inside your PC, there's something called a SATA cable. Take the SATA cable out and then take your PlayStation 2 controller and plug it in there. I'm joking. Don't do that. It's a joke. It's a joke. Bro, I have too much fun with these videos. But you should have Batocera running. You should have breathed some new life in your old machine. Old laptop, old computer, old Raspberry Pi, whatever you have, you should install Batocera on it. If you have a smart fridge, your mother won't be upset if you install Batocera. She would say, thank you for installing Batocera. And that's been your boy Kiro. Peace.